This is how you identify when aspects are exact in the natal birth chart. Now, I have a video where I talk about what the aspects are, the different types of aspects, and what they mean, so you can go check out that video. But for this video specifically, I said video twice, we're talking about, this is just a little handy tip. Something that you can use as a support for your astrological journey and learning. So, say you have, for instance, let's scroll down here. This is off of Cafe Astrology, by the way, and it's a really, really wonderful natal chart calculator and outlines things very clearly and strongly and in a very organized, easy to understand way. So we have Jupiter conjunct Neptune. And if we look at the date, this chart is set for April 12th, 2022. And so you can see Jupiter and its glyph conjunction and the glyph for conjunction Neptune. And then you see 0 degrees and 0 minutes. And this is something called an orb, to know what is the degree in minute that this aspect is exact, because you can have Jupiter conjunct Neptune, but that aspect going on for a long period of time, not just a day or a couple days for that matter. You can have it going on for a long time, but look at these other numbers. Look at these other numbers here. These other degrees. That was a colloquialism. I'm sorry about that. So, we have, for example, Sun was square to Pluto at 5 degrees and 55 minutes here. And again, let's just look at the degree. Okay, I'm not concerned about the minute. I'm just looking at the degree. So, Sun square Pluto 5 degrees. Let's say the Moon opposite Mars at 3 degrees. That kind of thing. But Jupiter was conjunct Neptune, 0 degrees and 0 minutes. The exact day, that's the exact conjunction. So when you see it at 0 degrees and 0 minutes, that is the exact moment or hour or, part of a day or, however long it lasts, that the aspect is exact. Now, you can certainly have, for instance, this aspect, Sun sextile Saturn, 0 degrees and 16 minutes. So it sort of goes back down to that 0 degrees and 0 minute point of when the aspect is actually exact. But so 0 degrees and 16 minutes, it is still exact, but not exactly exact. It doesn't have to be, exactly exact. But when you say that 0 degree point, then you know that conjunction is exact, basically speaking. And, it just depends on just what you're looking at. For instance, I filmed a video on Mars and Gemini, which, I didn't just say, this aspect of Mars squaring Neptune. I didn't just say, this day it's going to happen. I had a whole range of dates just because of the, of the longitude of how long the Mars and Gemini transit is going to last, because it's going to be in Gemini direct, and then it's going to retrograde back through the degrees of Gemini, back through some degrees of Gemini, and then move forward again. I didn't just say this, finite day is going to be exact. This is where you need to pay attention. I stretched it out because I wanted the video to be a prescription, not necessarily full-on predictions. And also, I wanted to give a good, stretch of time to, for that energy and feel the energy of Mars square Neptune get used to it, live in it, and maximize it and make use of it. But so, and you can certainly do that. It just depends on the, conjunction. It doesn't have to be in exactly 0 degrees 0 minutes. Like, for example, the Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction that we had at the end of July, beginning of August, July 31st, August 1st, 2022. If you're watching this video at this time, well, welcome. If you're watching this, say, I don't know how many years into the future, well, this video has been recorded in 2022, and you're watching this at this time, and this is what went on. So I'm just using this as an example. And during those couple of days, it was at, the astrologer said these couple of days this aspect will be exact, but not necessarily the degree and the minute of, or excuse me, I say degree, the orb of exactitude. But roughly / exactly, Mars and Uranus conjuncting and also conjunct the North Node was exact those couple of days. So you can use both the orb degree and the orb minute, or both. It doesn't matter. Obviously, there's more, exactitude on one than the other, but as long as you see 0 degrees here, then you're golden. 0 degrees in its orb, then you are golden. That's fine, that's good, that's enough. Hope you found this helpful. Thank you for tuning in.